Conservation landscaping may sound technical, but at its core, it's actually quite simple. It's really about working with nature instead of against it. Instead of fighting your site, whether it's the slopes or that clay soil that we're so blessed with here in Maryland, or that tricky microclimate that you can't wrestle into submission, you work with what you've got and you design around it. The goal is to create a space that's not only beautiful, but also functional, one that supports clean water, healthy soils, pollinators, wildlife, all while making your life easier in the long run. There are 5 key principles of conservation landscaping that I'll keep coming back to again and again throughout this channel. First, I've already said it, but I'll say it again, work with nature, not against it. That is a very basic principle of conservation landscaping. It's all about embracing your site for what it is. If you've got 2 massive black walnut trees in your yard like I do, you can design around it. If you're not familiar, black walnuts release a natural toxin called juglone. And a lot of other plants can't handle it. Instead of cutting them down, I plan to design around them using juglone-tolerant natives that actually thrive in those environments. The same idea applies really everywhere. If you've got a shady corner, make it a woodland garden. If you've got a dry, sunny slope, use plants that love that. When you stop fighting your yard, you save water, you save money, you save time, and the planet and your pockets will thank you for it. Number 2. Plant more natives and remove aggressive invaders. Native plants are the foundation of our ecosystems. They've evolved here alongside native insects and birds. They need less water, fewer chemicals, and they support wildlife in a way that our normal ornamentals just can't. Of course, it's not just about adding natives, it's also about making room for them. And that means removing invasive species that compete for space and resources. Things like porcelain berry, bamboo, English ivy, all things that I'm battling right here in my own yard. They may look pretty, but they don't do much for our local wildlife. In fact, they often outcompete natives that do, and over time can really throw an ecosystem out of balance. So get rid of them as sustainably as possible, even if it means breaking out that occasional use of Roundup, which I know people hate, but if it gets the job done, so be it. Number 3, retain and reuse stormwater. This one is my favorite because it just makes sense. Why send precious stormwater down the drain only to pay for treated water to be standing out there hosing your garden? Instead, the idea is to slow it down, spread it out, and soak it in. Whether it's through a rain garden, a swale, or simply redirecting your downspouts, every drop that stays in your site recharges the groundwater and reduces runoff pollution. We've got some pooling issues on both sides of our house, as I explained in my previous video, so definitely check that out. So finding ways to really slow and soak that water will be a big part of this project. Number 4, build and maintain healthy soils. Healthy soil is like the unsung hero of every thriving landscape. It's not just dirt, it's a living system full of microbes, fungi, and organic matter. Healthy soil holds water better, it resists erosion, and it helps plants fight off pests naturally. In my yard, that means composting, top dressing with organic matter, and resisting the urge to till. Over time, soil does become more alive and you can actually feel the difference. And last but not least, number 5, manage pests responsibly. The basic principle here is about balance. When your garden is in balance with native plants, with healthy soils, plenty of beneficial insects, birds, pollinators, even soil microbes will all do their part to control pests. So instead of trying to control every bug, I'm personally learning to take a step back and let nature do its thing. So those are the 5 principles of conservation landscaping that I'll be using to guide my project, and ones that I'll keep coming back to again and again as the experimental garden takes shape. Each yard is different, I know that, but the ideas really stay the same. It's work with nature, not against it. If you want to see how I start putting these principles to work in my yard, hit subscribe and let's get going.